Hi, Larry Riggs here, Remax Achievers. Today I want to talk to you about whether to buy an old house. I work with a lot of buyers over the years, and some want newer, some want brand new, and some like the character of an old house. So let's talk a little bit about that. Should you buy an old house? Here's some things to think about. If you've never lived in an old house, I would suggest you talk to someone that does, or has for many years. I personally grew up in an old house, and in my construction days I did a lot of old house renovation. Here's some things I found out from living in and renovating. Number one, old houses are crooked. They're never in level. They have character. They have features that many new homes don't, because there were no codes back then. So they could have those cute little back stairs and all sorts of things, little hideaways and walk-through bedrooms. The question is, are you really ready for that? Are you ready for draftiness? In the winter, old houses can be really cold. In the summer, they can be really hot. Are you prepared to live that lifestyle? If you buy an old house, do you want it to be in character, or do you want to totally renovate it? I've seen some old houses that have been modernized very successfully, and they're really nice properties. I would only say, still remember that they are underneath an old house, and they still have that character, and they still have the advantages and disadvantages. Another thing I've heard people say is, well, they don't build them like they used to. And I can tell you from renovation, that's probably a good thing. Because in old houses, beams are usually overspanned. Headers that should be in a bearing wall may not even be there. That may sound like Greek to you, but in short, current building codes require that the walls be structurally sound. Older houses, not necessarily. The argument could be made, well, they've been there for 100 years, so is it really that big a deal? Well, only you can answer that for yourself. Here's what I would say. If you are prepared to buy an old house, just be aware of what you're getting into, number one. And when you do get that old house under contract, make sure that your home inspector is familiar with old houses. I do have names of home inspectors who have both lived in old houses and renovated old houses. So they're very familiar with the characteristics. They're not going to try and scare you away. They'll tell you if something is a real issue or if it's just the way old houses were built. So something else to think about when you are looking at old houses.